Dr. Anna, I am having PMS symptoms. What is causing this? Can you help me figure out why? Well, that's a good question. And PMS is one of those symptoms that are associated with increasing swelling, weight gain, moodiness, irritability, in that week before we have our menstrual cycle. So, premenstrual syndrome is why it's called that. Now, for some people, it can last up to 2 weeks. It can even last during the first few days of their period. And there are a few reasons why hormones are shifting over time, because this does make a difference. I mean, if we understand what's shifting in our hormones, and especially as we're aging, we typically see estrogen dominance. And one of the reasons that we have PMS is estrogen dominance. And that means there's just not enough progesterone, or we have too much toxic estrogen. We're not clearing it from our body in a healthy way. So there's certainly just a few things that I do with my patients that make a huge difference in PMS. I had one girl came to see me at 36. She'd been struggling with PMS since she was 16. 20 years with PMS. And so a couple things I did with her, essentially my keto green diet and no dairy. Again, dairy has extra hormones that can really affect us, especially if we have estrogen dominance or a tendency for estrogen dominance. The second thing is I had her eating more of iodine rich foods. In addition to PMS, she had fibrocystic breast. So with some iodine rich foods and some gamma linoleic acid, which is a fatty acid from, for example, black currant oil or evening primrose oil, two very common and very beneficial oils that can help with PMS as well as fibrocystic breast. So put her on that, put her on Mighty Maca support to help the adrenals and detoxification pathways, and to support her body's alkalinization. So between that, getting keto green, stopping dairy, by the time her next cycle rolled around, it was 50% better. And her second month, it was 100% better. She said it was the first time in decades that she didn't even know her period was coming. She felt that much better. Her breasts were significantly better. So little things that we can do to detoxify, clear up the hormone disruption. It's essentially you take your car in for a tune-up and an oil change, right? We have to do the same for our body. We are physical and energetic bodies. So we have to really address the physical pathways. And honestly, just eating a healthy diet is not enough. We have to do these other things, and especially when we're symptomatic. It's often doing less and not necessarily more. These things can make a huge difference. The other thing that I've found, in addition to Mighty Maca Plus, my green supplement, adaptogenic supplement that's really powerful, is adding bioidentical progesterone. If you're over 35 or over 40, adding on some bioidentical progesterone can really help. Topical form, or your doctor can prescribe some. I always start with Mighty Maca Plus because we've seen progesterone levels increase naturally with that. And so I start with that and then add on additional progesterone if we're still having symptoms. Now, I didn't have to do that with Stella, because through her dietary change and her supplement support with Mighty Maca, and the gamma linoleic or evening primrose oil, her symptoms improved 100%. And so that made a huge difference. And we want to encourage our body to heal itself. We want to be empowered over our body. So, we ability to make significant changes in our health. So if you have any questions, comments, put them in the chat box below, and I look forward to catching up with you again soon.